Hey YouTubers, sorry I look like a mess. I'm out here doing my second oil change on the 2024 RAV4, and some of you might be interested, some of you might not. You've seen when I changed the oil right around the, I believe the 700 mile mark, and now we're at 1,850 something miles, and so I wanted to do my second oil change. And so anyways, we've got the filter here. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it open. I went ahead and put a magnetic drain plug on there, and to my surprise there wasn't a whole lot of metal shavings on the actual drain plug. Now there might be a reason why, and I'll show you here in just a second, and that is because I used a filter mag on one side of the filter, another filter mag, and then I took these two magnets that I found on Amazon and I put on the very end of the filter. And so I guess that's probably why there was not very many metal shavings on the magnetic drain plug, just because these magnets here caught them all. And I'm gonna dump some of this oil out. I'm gonna see if we can see any shavings in it like we did last time. And to be quite honest with you, I don't really see any. Now keep in mind, you know, it's not what you can always see that, you know, is harmful to your engine. All right, so next we're just going to take this Purelator filter, and I know what you're going to say, you didn't use the Toyota oil filter. Nope, I went with the Purelator just because in testing it tested really good as far as filtration and the amount of flow. So I thought, well, if I can filter the oil better than the, you know, stock Toyota oil filter and flow just as good, you know, almost as good, then you know, let's try that. So that's why I went with the Purelator. So, you know, I know some of you are going to say, oh no, you should have stuck with the Toyota oil filters, and I know that's what they tell you, but also they don't tell you to change your oil, you know, 3 or 4 times in the beginning, because, you know, they just want you to get past that 60,000 miles and then that warranty, and then you're on your own. But for me, I'm going to take extra preventative maintenance, and I'm going to change the oil several times back to back within the first 10,000 miles, and that way I'll know for sure that all those metal shavings and wear particles are out of the engine. And anyways, like I told you in the last video, the Motor Oil Geek, Lake Speed Jr., he's tested all this, and he did all the engine oil analysis and all that kind of stuff, and he proved that by changing your oil, you know, 4 or 5 times within the first 10,000-11,000 miles, significantly reduces the amount of wear particles in your engine. And you know, I know some of you are going to say, well, I've had a Toyota and I've got 300,000 miles on it. Well, good, you know, consider yourself lucky, you know, that's awesome. But I want to, you know, make sure that I get that kind of mileage out of mine. So anyways, and that's why I'm going the extra steps and going ahead and changing my oil early and all that. Oh, there it is. I got the paper towel wrapped up in there because I was having a hard time gripping it. I gotta say, this Purelator filter sure was a lot harder to open up than the Toyota one, I can tell you that. You can see right there, there is your anti-drain back valve right here on top. It looks, oh, little fiber or something right there. Look like a little piece of some sort of fiber or hair or something. Not real sure. It's right there on the end of my thumb. Either way, the filter picked it up. And like I said, this filter here is supposed to be one of the ones where it filters it out really good and offers, oh, I did see some glitter, just a tiny little bit, oh, yep, a little bit right there. I don't know how well you guys can see that. It disappeared. But if you look right here on the inside, you can see all those metal shavings around where that filter mag was. Look at that, all that. There's an outline, a perfect outline where those metal shavings are, where that filter magnet is. And then look at the very end. When you look straight down in there, you can see where those little magnet bars were fitting at the very end of this oil filter. So watch this. I'm gonna take my finger. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, look at that. For all you idiots that say, oh, them magnets don't do nothing. I watched Scotty Kilmer and he told me magnets didn't do nothing. If you believe Scotty Kilmer on this particular topic, then you're about as dumb as he is, because I can tell you right there that that is like a silvery black, and that's just nothing more than just metal shavings. And guys, look at that. I mean, it's sludgy, and like I said, that's just wear particles right there. So again, the whole reason we're doing this is to get rid of all that crap and all those black particles, and get rid of that. Look at that, guys. That's oil right there. Those are wear particles, and you can see a little bit of flash on that one. Yep, a little shiny piece right there. So that makes me feel good knowing that those magnets, you know, picked up all those pieces of metal. And now obviously, you know, if there's aluminum or copper or, you know, other wear metals in there, the magnet's not gonna pick those up. You're gonna have to rely on the filter. And you know, not a company, but a YouTuber did a review on some of these oil filters. The Brand Ranks YouTube channel, and he tested the Toyota oil filter, and it filtered the worst. It was like the 15th or 16th oil filter. It was the worst oil filter that they tested, was the Toyota oil filter. Now, did it flow good? Yeah, it did. But did it filter anything? No, it sucked when it came to filtration. So that's one reason why I went with the Purelator. I'm going to switch, and I'm going to go to the Fram Endurance on this oil change, just simply because it filters better, and it flows really good. So anyways, I'm not trying to go for the one that filters the best, just simply because I don't want to reduce, you know, the flow. I want oil still to be able to flow really good and not hurt the amount of flow. But look at that. I just wiped the filter out. Look at all that. Guys, this thing's only got 1,800 and something miles on it. I mean, that's just crazy. And they tell you to come in for your 10,000 mile oil change. If you believe that, I got some oceanfront property I'll sell you in Arizona. I'm gonna go ahead and try to pull this open. I don't know if I can. Might have to go get a razor blade and cut it open. Oh, I've got one right here. All right, guys, so what I'm gonna do is just try to saw through this and cut that filter media and see what it looks like. Alright guys, so I went ahead and cut it. You know, I cut it on the bottom and the top. Now it's not going to be showing the whole area of filter media. I just wanted to pull it apart and see if I could see any, you know, pickers. That's what I call them, pickers. See any kind of metal flakes in here, like I did on the last oil change. Yep, I see one right here. Look at that, guys. Right there at my fingernail. You guys see that? Look right there at the tip of my fingernail. You can see right there. Yep, that's one picker. Yep, there's another one right here. You can see that little picker right there. Now, some of you guys are going to argue again and say, oh, if you didn't have those magnets, this oil filter would pick up the those metal shavings. And yeah, it would still pick up some metal shavings, but is it going to get all of it? You know, and a filter like this doesn't work just from one pass. It takes multiple passes and circulations of oil to get through there to clean it. You know, it's not just going to be a one pass and the oil's clean, you know. So I figured if I could, you know, help it out, keep, you know, all the metal shavings on the outside of this filter, and then, you know, that just leaves more area right here to trap other dirt and other particles that are not magnetic. And so, you know, I think that was a pretty good idea. So I actually see 1, 2 particles right there, and then 1 right there. So I see 3 right there together, and then there's one little one right there, and these are just really small ones. Oh no, here's a bigger one right here. Look at that, guys. I think that's 4 or 5. There's 6 right there at my thumb. And let me look real quick. Oh, there's one more. There's 7 right there at my thumb. See that, guys? And then there's one more right there at my thumb. There's 8. And there's one right there. That makes 9 right there at the thumb again. So, gotta say, you know, again, by changing your oil, you're flushing out all those contaminants, because you got to remember, most all your wear is within those first 1,000 miles. And then when you change that oil that first time, it don't flush everything out. There's still contaminants in there that gets trapped on, you know, in the oil pan, because you can't get every drop out of there. And you know, if it's metal, it's going to be heavy and it's going to be weighted down in that oil pan, and you might be able to get most of it, but you're not going to get all of it until you're probably 3 or 4 oil changes in, like Motor Oil Geek showed in his videos. So I'm trying my best to do about 4 oil changes within the first 11,000 miles, so I can flush them all out and get rid of all those wear particles, and hopefully this thing will last me 2 or 300,000 miles. Who knows? It might, you know, I might get lucky, be one of the lucky ones and get a lot of miles out of it. But anyways, I just wanted to show you again this second oil change and around 1,800 and something miles. And also, if you hadn't noticed already, yeah, look at these bad boys. These are 19 by 8.5 inch Vox Medina wheels. They just come out not too long ago, and I gotta say, man, I tell you what, this is the best modification that I've done to my RAV4. So make sure you check some of my videos out, because I'm going to tell you all about this. I'm going to show you, you know, some of the things that you're going to need to know if you want to switch out your wheels, go to an aftermarket wheel and a larger tire. And you know, when I say larger, I'm not going, you know, super wide. I'm only going to like a 235 55 19, and that's what some of the RAV4s come with stock. So I just thought that it really made the vehicle look good. And so, you know, if I'm investing this kind of money in, you know, wheels and tires and, you know, all the stuff that I'm doing to my vehicle, I want it to last long and I want it to look good. So I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell, because you guys know I'll keep bringing you videos and bring you good products. And I'm not just peddling a bunch of Chinese junk. And you guys can see that I've brought you a ton of videos on floor mats, because that was a hot topic for myself. I was looking for floor mats, trying to find the best ones with the best coverage. And so I think I've done a good job showing you guys all the different floor mats for the RAV4. If you hadn't seen those, check those out. And until next time, guys, please like and subscribe. See ya. Thanks for watching.